From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
Hello, welcome to another edition of Raising the Bar. I'm Alan Pickert, your host. Raising the Bar is sponsored by Terrell Hogan Law, a boutique litigation firm that's been in existence for 50 years that handles a variety of litigation, anywhere from asbestos cancer to business litigation, commercial litigation, medical malpractice, and personal injury. Today, we have a special guest. Today, we have Robert Jameson. And Robert Jameson is going to talk about some issues that are very important with the upcoming hurricane season. Robert?
Hey, Alan, thanks for having me on today. Yeah, appreciate it.
So tell us what it is that you do, sir.
Yeah, so my name, like you said, Robert Jameson. I'm an attorney with the law firm of Woolsey Morcom. We're sort of headquartered in St. Johns County, although we have offices in Florida, Texas, California, and recently Hawaii. I haven't had an opportunity to go out to the Hawaii office yet, but I've been told it's in my future. So I manage the first-party property practice at the firm. Those are disputes between policyholders and their insurance companies. Most frequently, the fact pattern is we represent a homeowner who is in dispute with their property insurance company for either denying their claim or underpaying their claim. We also do commercial, so interruption of business and profits. But really, yeah, it spans the spectrum of individuals and entities that have been improperly denied or underpaid pursuant to their policies.
So we'll talk about the hurricanes in a moment, because I think that's something the viewers are really going to be interested. But you talked about commercial interruption of their businesses. Obviously, during the pandemic, there was a lot of that. Are you still seeing cases from the virus that interrupted the people's business, or is that kind of niche come and gone?
Yeah, so we haven't seen a lot from the COVID-19 pandemic. I think more frequently what we're seeing is obviously with Hurricanes Ian and Hurricanes Nicole, there was catastrophic damage to Southwest Florida where businesses have been, well, and many of them are still out of operation, right? And so how are they going to recoup those lost profits, that lost business expense, and their contents, right? And these cases are oftentimes heavily litigated, and it really is the difference between being able to continue to run their businesses and being forced to shut their doors.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the legislature do some things with the hurricane in terms of this, either this recent session or in 2022, about insureds and what their rights are and what have you?
Yeah, so what you're referencing is the special session that occurred in December of 2022, and it was probably the most widespread reforms, and I use that word reforms, that we've seen in the last 50 or 60 years. Most of it was directed towards first-party property litigation. Notably, and I think most importantly, you know, for the last 120 years, the law in Florida was if an insurance company improperly denies or underpays your claim and you're forced to retain legal counsel like myself, the insurance company actually had to pay your legal fees if and when you prevailed. And that was really important for myriad reasons, but the Florida legislature, even back then, recognized if you're paying a significant portion of your indemnity or your proceeds under the policy to a lawyer, well, then what the heck is the point of even having insurance? It essentially acts as a de facto second deductible. And so we were able to represent individuals, especially your residential policyholders, that didn't have large claims, and we were able to competently and effectively litigate these cases so these individuals could return their homes back to their pre-loss condition and then get their attorney's fees paid for on top of that. They eliminated that fee statute. They've also done a lot of work regarding limiting the ability to bring bad faith actions. So when the insurance company violates Florida statute and how they handle these claims, it's much harder to hold them accountable for these statutory violations.
So are you telling me that if, because I've been in that boat, and I think a lot of our viewers have, insurance, hurricane, you get insurance on your property, you get hurricane damage, we've all been there where they deny it initially or what have you. You're telling me if they deny it and they have to go hire somebody like yourself to represent them, you successfully represent them, that I as the homeowner, even though that they wrongfully denied my insurance, I still have to pay my lawyer's insurance? They don't have to pay it?
That's correct. Yeah, unfortunately, that's the situation that the Florida legislature created here in Florida. And I'll give you a great example. So I'm a former Navy JAG. Our law firm, we do a lot of work with the Fraternal Order of Police. I represent a lot of military, a lot of law enforcement. You know, these are not large claims, but they're important to these individuals. And so let's take a $20,000 roof claim, for example. Insurance company improperly denies wind, hail damage. Let's say a branch goes through it and they want to write for a spot repair despite the roof being degraded to the point where a full replacement's needed. They come and they retain me. I used to be able to effectively negotiate and litigate on their behalf, get them the $20,000 in indemnity, and then take a reasonable fee on top of that. Now they are either going to have to hire an attorney up front, or as you're aware, there's going to be a portion that is taken from that recovery for the attorney. And so you have a lot of attorneys. We're not one of them. We'll still take all claims, but you have a lot of attorneys that are only wanting to take certain cases at a specific dollar amount, which really does a disservice, I think, to those that need the services the most.
So we have to wrap up now, but I'd like you to come back on the show because I think there's a lot more that you can discuss on those issues. But before we sign off, tell the viewers again, if they have an insurance dispute, how they can contact you.
Yeah, please. We're happy to talk with you if you think your insurance company's underpaid or denied your claim. 904-638-4235 is the main office. Again, we're here in St. Johns County, but we represent policyholders throughout Florida and, again, really across all 4 time zones here in the United States, including Hawaii.
Excellent, excellent. Well, Robert, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you.
Another edition of Raising the Bar. I hope you learned something. And if you need Robert's expertise, which you unfortunately may need this upcoming hurricane season, please call him. Thank you very much. Good day.
Terrell Hogan Law is a collection of lawyers that help people solve problems in areas of life they're not able to solve them themselves.
We are not individuals. We are purely a team. We work together for all of our clients.
We have the resources to win your case and win it to such a degree that you're going to be very happy with the results.